With me at the studio of Radio Exterior de Espana. Both of you went into these respective businesses thinking that you would be able to survive financially from them. You went in with a certain faith.
Yeah, I think there's a faith. I mean, I don't want to speak for my partners, but their bookstores are doing well. They're doing better than they have when they started, and so I don't know. It speaks to this kind of continuation of books, and I'm really fond of an essay by Ursula Le Guin. I'm also fond of most of her writing, but she wrote an essay for Harper's. I think the subtitle is on the supposed decline in readership, and her argument, which I think is really interesting, is that books and reading books has always been sort of, a smaller percentage of the population, and that it's only this period from 1850 to 1950 when it became a mass market, a mass medium, and that's where we get these huge publishing houses who see books as products, products to make money, and that when people say that readership is going down or that books aren't going to be relevant, what they're talking about is the decline of this industry, this way of making lots and lots of money out of books. And I think what's coming in its place is the rise of the book as a medium of spreading information, of learning, of experiencing other worlds and existences. And I think there will always be an interest in that.
In my opinion, I would like to add that as a publisher, we have in Spain a golden age of publishing. For publishing, we only have one word in Spain. It's to be an editor. But in English, you have two words, to publish or to edit. So what we had in Spain last 30 years was publishing houses, very big publishing houses. It's all about marketing, all about market industry, and we lose all the editors, the independent editors. And what is happening now is that all the big publishing houses are falling down and small independent editors are growing, and that's very beautiful.
It's happening in the United States as well. Not only the large publishing houses have collapsed, but also the sort of monster booksellers like Barnes & Noble, but it gives rise to all these sort of independent publishers and independent booksellers actually as well.
In Spain it's happening as well with booksellers. Independent bookstores are growing as well, and you're an example. Desperate Literature is an example of that situation. I think it's very positive.
Well, I see that your bookstore is not just a place to buy books, but it's also designed as a meeting place. You organize other activities, and the three owners, the three of you, have another vision as well. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I think for us, independent bookstore, a secondhand bookstore is always, it has always a dual function. It's a place to find books, of course, but it's also a place to exchange culture, to talk about books, to meet people who are interested in books and literature, in a way that maybe other retail spaces are not, because you're coming and you're looking for ideas and experiences, and maybe in our case, you're looking to find a new language to sort of to not only cross over into another world, but like another language altogether. And we host small gatherings. We're a small bookstore, and readings, and we've had a concert so far.
It's funny, two of the times that I was there, young Spanish families who were looking for books in English for a child. One was a 12-year-old, I think, and I remember it was either you, Michael, or you, Antonio, who helped them find an appropriate book in English for the 12-year-old Spaniard. So there are many also very interesting intercultural encounters.
I feel like, as I said, there's an enormous interest in Spanish literature for the English-speaking world, but I also feel that in Spain there's a exponentially growing interest in, especially English, but other European languages as Europe becomes more integrated and the borders are open, and people move from here to England, to France, to Italy. And a lot of that mobility is based on language, now that the sort of legal restrictions have been removed.
And you publish only in Spanish?
Yes.
But you distribute in Latin America as well as Spain?
We have, for now, distribution in Spain, and we are dealing with the distribution in Latin America because it's a very complex. Latin America is not one place. There are many countries. And now we have a little distribution in Latin America, but we are going. That is 2 years only. 2 years only.
2 years and how many books?
12.
That's a lot for 2 years. Now, I received an announcement in my email today. Tensión Cultural, Music, Words and Alcohol, an event that will be taking place on this week in Desperate Literature.
That's right.
What is this going to be, Michael?
This is we're going to have an event this Friday. It's again, like most of our events so far, is pretty informal, maybe a bit like a salon. And it's a collaboration with a group of people who run a music night called Tensión Ritual. And so we'll just have some people reading their work in Spanish and in English. And then a musician from the United States is going to play some music. And we'll serve drinks, of course, because books and drinks always go very well together.
They do indeed. Thank you so much. And I look forward to attending the event, and I also very much look forward to, perhaps by phone, but meeting your partners, Corey and Craig, and having you both here together again in the studios.
I do too.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You've just heard the English language service of Radio Exterior de Espana. From Monday to Friday, we broadcast to Europe and Africa from 19 hours to 20 hours UTC. Our Saturday and Sunday broadcasts to Europe begin at 21 hours UTC. Our European broadcast goes out on 9665 kilohertz in the 31-meter band from Monday to Friday, and on 9660 kilohertz in the 31-meter band on Saturdays and Sundays, while our African broadcast goes out from Monday to Friday on 11615 kilohertz in the 25-meter band. Your comments are always welcome. Send them to Radio Exterior de Espana, Spanish National Radio, broadcasts in English, P.O. Box 156202, Madrid 28080, Spain. Or write us at our email address, english@rtve.es.